Welcome back to the Beyond the Summit studio here in Los Angeles. I'm LD. He's Lumi. We've had a long day. Not today, but the last 2 days. So we're celebrating Lumi's birthday again. He's still eating his cake, but this is a really big match. LGD versus Dignitas, best of two for the. Or sorry, excuse me. No, it's not best of two. This one's best of one. One game to decide it all. The winner of this match finishes in the winner's bracket. The loser down to the loser's bracket. The stakes are huge. And with that being said, we'll hop inside the draft. The game is well underway.
Well, Rubik first pick for Team Dignitas and Gyrocopter. Now, in the past, Team Dignitas, we saw that they had one game, and they did really well with the roaming Ventral Spirit by, I think, Fogged, and Way Too Sexy had a roaming Rubik. If they play that level of game, I think they could take down LGD China, but in the dark, especially judging from how Team Dignitas played yesterday, I think this will be an easy win for LGD China.
So you favor LGD China. They're on the dire side. They have the RP Alchemist combo. And we did see it throughout the Alienware Cup. This was one of the stronger combos in the tournament. When teams got this, if they didn't lose the lanes hard, if they got a fairly early Battle Fury or Midas, something like that on the Alch, and then just start farming all the Ancient stacks, you get to a point in the game where you can't take team fights against them. You can't kill the Alch. They get Aegis because they're dire side. It's a lot easier. Then the mid game gets hard. But we do know Dignitas is a very creative team. I think this match really could go either way, but it comes down to the draft for me, especially for Dignitas, because sometimes they're hit or miss. We saw yesterday support Zeus against a Lifestealer, and that just doesn't do anything. So if they want to be creative here, they need to be creative in an effective way. Do they have something prepared after only one real week of boot camping? Now they're being put to the test.
I mean, if there's some strat they're saving up, it's got to come out now. Forget about the main event, because going between loser and winner bracket is a huge deal.
It is. It's massive.
So if you're thinking about doing a Templar Assassin, which, Snake King, the king, is pretty good at. I think this is a good lane to do it against Alchemist, perhaps if he's going mid, or even against Magnus. They have ran Warlock mid in the past, and I still think it's one of the most insane combo there is. It just wins you a team fight flat out. But let's go back to Alchemist Magnus, which you touched upon earlier. I think a lot of viewers focus on those big RPs and the big team fights where Alchemist just dishing out a ton of damage. Let's not forget about Empower. Like, even if you put your solo mid Alchemist and he doesn't have the best start, he can catch up because of Empower.
And in fact, he can skip Battle Fury because of Empower. That's what we saw Move for Tongfu do, is he went straight Shadow Blade Rush, and even though it looked like more of a ganky build, he actually ended up farming a crap load that game. Yeah. He had like 37k net worth.
He went like Shadow Blade and then BKB and then AC. It's just like, and then Mansau at the end. Remember that?
And that was with King J as an offlane Magnus who had a very low level in power very late in the game. He still got fat. Okay, we're talking a lot about LGD and what they're going to do. That's pretty clear. We know what this team is about. Defensive Dota, 5-man Dota, map control Dota, safe Dota. Dignitas, normally a little bit more chaotic, normally a little bit more aggressive, good at avoiding fights that they don't want to take. They love their split push, but they don't go for the Prophet. In fact, they choose to ban it here. I feel like Prophet would have been a nice choice against Magnus Alch. I mean, I guess it is a little bit hard against Shadowblade Alch not to die, though.
I mean, Xiaowei's Prophet is also really good, so maybe they don't want to take him to that game. I think Team Dignitas, as well as LG China, they have very similar playstyle. If you pressure us, if you pressure us, we'll TPR carry in. Remember last time they were fighting against Navi for those tower fights? And same thing with AUI. He loves to TP in, activate his drum, and take the fight to you. But if you don't pressure, both these teams, and I don't think they will pressure each other, I think we're going to see a farm fest.
And a farm fest, Alch normally likes those.
Yeah. Especially with Empower.
Yeah. The LGD, their supports don't farm well, though. That's one thing to keep in mind. Dignitas, they've got a Rubik and a Chen. Very good farming supports. Dignitas, known for running 4-core lineups in the past. Maybe they'll pull something out of the hat here. But so far, pretty stable, standard Dota. So it won't come down to any crazy picks. It probably will come down to the lanes. So now they have, if we run through Dignitas' lineup, it looks like a Universe Darkseer, offlaner jungle, AUI 2000 Gyro, probably in the safe lane. Could be a Snake King Gyro mid. That leaves your Rubik. Probably it's for Fogged, right? Way Too Sexy plays the micro heroes, so he'll be on the chat.
Yeah, that's most likely the distribution. Team Dignitas doing the homework here, banning out Xiao 8's Beastmaster, which, fair ban. We have seen Xiao 8 play Magnus in the past, but I think oftentimes they have swapped it back to Yao.
They were running the Xiao 8 mag for a while, and I think Xiao 8 finally just realized, you know what, Yao's the better mag, and as the captain, you can't have any ego. If your teammate's better at it, you have to give it up.
I don't think his mag is poor.
Yao's is just better.
Yao, especially sometimes they could get away with a better mid. I don't think Magnus is that strong of a mid lane, so.
I mean, who's playing the mag really matters this game because Dignitas have Rubik. So as much as we talk about LGD's combo,
Yeah.
if you steal that RP, this entire game gets blown wide open.
Yeah.
And they'll go back for Queen of Pain now,
Snaking.
which is going to lane well against a mag mid, which will lane well against an alch mid. Unless LGD pull out someone else to go here and still try and run an offlane mag.
I'm expecting Alchemist to be a 1-row here, and I'm expecting a Magnus to be off lane. So whatever Xiao is picking for himself right now is going to go mid.
And
we saw him
what is available? There's a
play
Weaver.
Puck. We saw him play Puck earlier.
Oh, Puck. Puck would be
So,
good here.
I mean, Weaver is a good hero against quad mid, but at the same time, I feel like Xiao excels in really those team fight carries.
Yeah.
Magnus, Puck,
Beastmaster.
Beastmasters, Kunkka, for example. I don't think we'll see Kunkka here. Because Kunkka's going to have a tough time against Queen of Pain.
It is good at ganking Queen of Pain and Dark.
Get an X early, yeah.
Yeah.
So
We'll see.
I'm expecting a Puck because he just saw.
And they'll go Xiao 8 Tide, I think. This could be.
Ooh, Xiao 8 Titus.
Now Xiao 8 used to go offlane Tide at TI2.
Okay.
He would solo, but it was usually in a 1v1. And we're trapped inside our overlay. Let's see if we can find a way out. There we go. LGD Gaming on the dire side. Let's see which direction Xiao 8 heads. Starting with the Stout Shield, suggests he's going offlane, but we'll have to wait to find out. The director, the man himself, on the Tidehunter. Let's see if he's written a good script here for LGD. DD handling the Bane. To the offlane goes DDC on the Visage. They'll have Yao as the solo mid-mag. He'll have a tough lane ahead of him, and then that leaves Sylar on the Alchemist. One of China's biggest hopes for this tournament, LGD Gaming, ranked amongst the top 3 by almost everyone, even those who are favoring the West think they're still a contender. On the Radiant side, Team Dignitas, America's biggest hope right now. They can still make it into the winner's bracket. It's a best of one. It's one game, do or die. AUI 2000 on his Gyro. Snakehane on the Quap. Pulled some early regen. Fogged your support Rubik. Dignitas grouped up, defending their own jungle. Wade 2, going to be handling that Chen. And then Universe on his Darkseer.
All right, so let's look at the lane matchup here. Yao's going to be going mid with that Magnus, and Queen of Pain would pulled. Has not actually bought GG Branch for himself, so semi-rush on the bottle. He is going to shred that Magnus apart. Like, base damage-wise, we see 62 on the Queen of Pain and 58 on Magnus. Of course, coming with a range hero with really, really good attack animation. Snaking should win this lane, though in the past.
Should and needs to.
Needs to. In the past, though, Snaking has sometimes won lanes that, or lost lanes that you should not have lost.
Yeah, and sometimes he makes those spectacular plays. Of course, it might not be Snaking alone, though, because there is a Chen. He's got an early smoke. Rubik could join him for some potential ganks. In fact, Fogged, going to pick up a DD. This spotted by a Dire Observer Ward. And there's Darkseer. Universe can come out of the jungle. Ion Shell himself, Surge, and Snakehane. So there are 3 heroes that can help Snakehane snowball. And already they'll send a DD Rune, Rubik mid, and Yao. Well, this first few waves are not going to be going his way.
Yeah, the first few and then some, because Queen of Pain, once you get... Ooh, nice
Not even
shockwave.
one. Well, Fogged will just leave. Okay.
I actually thought that the double damage perhaps on the bot lane would be a little bit better, because since he showed himself mid, you see that Tidehunter is actually very aggressively going to bot lane. He's actually going for Gush first. I've seen a lot of off-lane Chinese Tidehunters going this build, and I just don't understand it, because I feel like
did he use it to last hit?
Yeah, he did. I mean, you only get 2 of those.
Oh, he's going in now. There's still a DD on Fogged. He had an Observer Ward even. There was no smoke even used. Xiao Wade.
Where's the stomp, though?
Oh, no.
Where's
no
the
Centaur stomp. They're getting the angle. It should land.
No, it
misses.
doesn't.
But I think he's going to go down. There you go.
Oh,
Great
wow.
first blood for Dignitas. Good early movement. Was Xiao Wade asleep at the wheel there? There was no smoke. He just walked in.
I mean...
Again, Dire Observer Ward. They saw him run down the river and up into the jungle.
By the way,
he should be suspicious.
By the way, also if he had Anchor Smash there, he survived, because Anchor Smash with the minus 40% base damage, yeah, he survives that.
Well, first blood to Dignitas, and this is not a particularly good matchup for Tidehunter. At last International, we didn't see any Gyro, but this looks to me like 2 lanes that Dignitas can effectively just solo. Gyro can solo the Tide with ease. Snakehane can solo Yao, maybe not with ease because it's Yao's mag, but it's a Quap versus mag. You should be able to dominate this lane, so they can get a ton on Universe's Darkseer. Both supports can freely farm the jungle, and then it comes down to Sylar and how fat Sylar can get.
Yeah, I mean, Xiao right now is actually ancient stacking. I'm not exactly sure what he's doing. He's actually trying to secure these 2-minute rune. Bottle crawling happening on the mid lane for Yao, and let's see if they're going to get a lucky one. No, way too sexy. He's going to deny the regen on the bottom, and Xiao is that.
So early on, we see Dignitas with 3 cores farming well, and LGD with 1. Maybe you could say this mag is doing okay. I think Yao's actually handling himself very well considering the matchup. But this is before they smoke gank him. They still haven't brought Universe out of the jungle. There's no rush to do it. But if Way Too Sexy finds the right creeps, if he hits level 5, if Fog decides to join him, they could make a move on this Mag mid. And I imagine they'll want to fairly early on.
I mean, actually, Mag's doing a little bit of harass against Snaking. Snaking, and there's a shockwave for yet another creep kill. Yao's, you know, it's actually okay.
Constantly bottle crowing, offlane Tide, just gonna jungle for Xiao 8.
Yeah.
And with Anchor Smash, he's one of the better offlane junglers. Not great, but decent. Doesn't take much damage because of the Stout Shield, and if he wants Kraken Shell, then that too. And Anchor Smash, reducing the creep's damage, making sure that he barely gets scratched.
I mean, you pick an offlane TI to get a quick level 6, right? This is definitely an issue, though. Like, you're not getting that quick level 6, so...
It's not great for them. I guess it's better than feeding, though. I mean, what did we see? Remember that game that Zenith were playing where...
XY
went
like
back into
times?
the lane 5-6 times? We're seeing Xiao 8 saying, alright, I gave up first blood. I done screwed up. But... I know I can't win this lane now. Not with AUI 2000 enemy boots. I'm going to stay off the lane unless it's pushed to my tower. Xiao 8 does farm his boots. Now maybe he'll go back.
Yeah.
With boots, he'll be a lot safer.
Yeah, maybe if AUI give up the Creequilibrium a tiny bit more, then he will
They're going top lane, though. Universe, stun channeling. Double Ion Shell creeps are here. There's your stun. He's not going to be able to fight this. In fact, DD, I think they all need to run soul assumptions there. But the massive damage from these Ion Shell creeps. Well, Universe does die. It takes 3, though, and...
DD?
Oh, DD! DDC, drawing off the aggro of the creeps.
Okay,
good
good
teamwork there. Yeah, they get a kill, but they're going to spend all that gold on regen anyway.
Yeah, they will slowly regen back. They actually hand most of the regen to Alchemist. I guess these guys are going to actually TP straight home here from DD, so okay.
It's still worth it, though. Killing him in that lane means that Universe has to go jungle, and it secures your Alx free farm. Even though they have to go TP home, even though it's not the cheapest kill, it's a big kill.
Well, back in the mid lane here, Snaking doing a little bit of bottle crawling of himself. Still doing okay on this lane. 20 CS. Have limited Yao CS only at 15. And the rune control really begins for Snaking. You can see Yao, he can't even go into the lane anymore.
He doesn't... Yeah, I mean, he's defending his tower. He's only 5 CS behind. Bottom lane, it's Xiao 8 who gets caught out again. Boots or no boots. He walks right in. Fog lifts him up. He gets thrown back, and he should go down. One more plink from AUI. With phase boots up now, Dignitas looking at this tower... You know, he goes into the jungle, he gets his boots, he says, I can deal with the gyro by himself. But then he runs right into 3. Yep. They still haven't even bothered to use their smoke. He's just walking into them and getting caught.
Yeah, and that means there's a smoke later on in the game that there's a gang that they can't really get dodged. So, Tier 1 tower's going to go down, which I think actually works okay for the TIE Hunter. Unless they push the Tier 2. And if they do push for the Tier 2,
they have Basilius, they have Fade Bolt. I think they can.
I mean, Yao's going to have to make a rotation for his team then.
Might not be able to kill it, but they can probably do like 500, 600 damage here. We may see them back off. AUI 2000 with the salve tanking the tower. He'll salve back up right now. They continue to pressure. They want to force some support rotations. And that is one issue for LGD, is their supports have 0 counter push. No counter push on Visage, no counter push on Bane, and you're up against the Chen. You're up against some pretty good pushing heroes like a mech on Darkseer in the mid game would be really strong.
That Siege Creep's been alive for the longest time on that push, and that's why they're doing so much damage to this Tier 1 tower. Alchemist, though, does finish at 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Hand Midas.
So do we see the Loda build here? He goes Midas, he goes, I think, Phase, and then straight into Shadowblade? Or do we see kind of the typical Chinese carry build for Alk, like that safe lane Alk, where, you know, it's burning, either just go Midas Battle Fury or straight Battle Fury?
I think you need to get a Shadow Blade instantly. Maybe upgrade it to Treads or Phase, depending how you feel the game's going, but you need to get Shadow Blade first. Simply because you're just losing every other lane. You just need your Alchemist to get yourself back in the game, get your team back in the game. And if you create some space for everybody else, then maybe you could have your Magnus get those powers in power level. Maybe your TIE Hunter gets that level 6, and then they just need that Alchemist to help.
Yao still farming, hasn't died yet. I mean, this is honestly exactly what you do in the matchup. Yao's playing it perfectly. I mean, it's a losing matchup, but he's not dying. He's bottle crowing, and he's farming every time he can with Shockwave. He's also defending his tower. The tower's still at full HP. You can't do anything more with the off-lane mag, and this is honestly the best you're going to get. He places an Observer now to control the top rune for himself. They now give Xiao 8 mid. It looks like they'll send Yao maybe to jungle here.
Or to bot
Or maybe
lane.
not.
He's got Skewer.
I think if you want to make that trade, though, I think it's worth it. Getting Ravage, to me, is probably more important than getting a Blink Dagger on
I think
Yao.
they're going to try to kill bot. Is there a TP on Sylar?
But there's no Ravage. This is all about a Yao RP. And now he's going to place another Observer Ward.
I mean, if you skewer in and kill Way Too Sexy or Fog, like, they're very squishy. Like, you could
There's
do
no
it
Hand of God. There's no mech.
Yao just shows himself, so maybe not.
I think now he's showing himself. Just defending the tower, it looks like. But if you're Snake King, you see that mag and you immediately start pushing the mid lane.
Yeah, he should just be screaming creeps or just auto-attacking and just get
I
that
think he will. Hit the creeps a few times, they'll scream to get all these last hits, and then you start working on the tower. There is no glyph up for LGD, so this tower is going to take a lot of damage. You defend your bottom tower, important for Roshan, but your mid taking a lot.
Yeah, I really like what Team Dignitas they're doing here. They're just playing very, they're making LG react to their plays. Forces the push on the bot lane, force the rotation, and then Snake King push mid. They don't get these towers just yet. But
they want to go for it, though. Way 2's here. He smoked up for this. He's made it to the backstab position.
It's hard to actually get a kill on Yao because he's very tanky.
They've got 3 now. They need more backup here for Yao. Bane's coming in, but it's going to be too late. There's a lift from Fog. They'll throw him into a Centaur stun. Can he get off an RP? He can't. Queen of Pain ult. Still in RP. He's defensively slept. The scream was dodged. Now Yao skewering Snake King forward. Still alive. Does go down. Snake King sent back home. Is going to live. The tier 1 not taken yet. Dignitas. It's not in deny range, though, and now AUI's joined the fray. He's got an Ogre Club. They're looking to take this tower. The big issue with Tide, if you run him off lane, is the hero does very little until he's Ravage, and there's still no Ravage.
And I love what the Snake King's doing up top. Got sent back home, and now looking to
Straight
gank
top.
Yeah.
Sylar, gotta run now. If he even walks forward, if you show your face, oh no, he's in trouble.
There's no quad
But remember, the TPs aren't really up. There's no RP right now. Universe chasing him down, hunting Sylar. Sylar under the tower in a lot of trouble. He's gonna fall. 4-1 for Dignitas. Now Snake King blinking south. He's actually fogging.
Shockwave.
He's fogging. He'll throw the Shockwave, but it's not enough damage. They need some vision on DDC. Blink's available. It's still enough. Snake King living. Great movement from him. Dignitas hugely ahead right now.
Dignitas making the better rotations, forcing everybody to go wherever they want them to go. Tier 1 tower is going to get destroyed. Tier 2, by the way, in huge trouble on the bot lane in terms of HP. I mean, LGD is in huge trouble. I talk about Empower as a way to get you back in the game, but you only get Empower if you're above level, 10, which he's somewhat far away from because Yao's not winning these team fights.
LGD, one of only 2 teams to take a single game off of Na'Vi. Fnatic took 2, LGD took 1. Looking like they would be one of the favorites heading into this event, and looking like they could be in danger of losing this game, Lumi. It's early, a great turtle lineup, but trailing like this is... If Dignitas scripted this game, this would be the script. You start off strong, you get an early lead in the mid lane, your Quap dominates the mag, you push with the Chen, you get a couple kills on the off lane Tide, some of which probably could have been avoided, by the way. And then you just slowly out-map control them, find the pickoffs, farm your mech, and go for the next wave of towers.
I mean, if Xiao is scripted the game, he would script it like this too. The comeback's going to come soon. Because they're the comeback king, right? Lose every lane, standard, check, done that, and then time to own.
And also, they even killed Sylar, so they delayed his Shadow Blade, which is a big item against a lot of these Dignitas heroes. They're still fairly vulnerable to Shadow Blade ganks.
They are. I mean, you come up there with the stun charge up against the Queen of Pain, yeah, she dies. I mean, Sylar's got that Claymore. It's gonna happen soon.
So way 2 sexy won't be building the mech this game on the Chen. He's actually going Force Staff. It's the Darkseer who builds the mech. Do you think Force Staff's gonna make a big difference here?
I think that your Chen is going to stay in the back line anyways. Maybe you could force staff away whoever, and hopefully you don't get hit by the Ravage. So your things like your Hand of God and your force staff to whoever is getting focused. I actually think that's a very smart adjustment. Now with that said, your Darkseer is also forced to run in a lot of times, and throwing a mech on a hero that dies fairly frequently might not be a good idea.
We'll see if they can burst him. To do it, I think they do need Fiend Script, they do need Familiars. The Familiars are up, a flock of them, scouting out Dignitas, just revealed now. And they should be retreating out. Probably not looking to pick this fight. No mech for Dignitas yet. 300 gold short of that. Is there a BKB? Nope, just an Ogre Club. Mithril Hammer could be delivered. There is Ravage available. Ravage is online. And for Dignitas to take this fight, they must feel very confident because Yao has an... Oh, God. He's got an Invis Rune. There is a sentry in the jungle, but is he going to walk that way? If he heads just up the lane...
He doesn't.
Oh,
There's
no.
a sleep. Is there a TP? Yes, there is. And we're... No! The Skewer misses. Nice micro here from way 2.
Juggled it with the creep.
Way
Takes the sleep off. Saves his teammate.
Yeah, that was a big play here. And a spell that's being stolen. Shockwave.
Oh, even
better.
Not
too bad. Not too bad.
Pretty good spell to steal for Fog. Does mean spell steal's on cooldown.
I really think Dignitas should go back here. They drew a TP from Xiao. He's not pushing or farming bot. And they should back off.
Yeah, it plays right into LGD's hands, right? If you 5-man into them with no BKB on AUI and no mech, even if you have a great team fight, it's just much easier for LGD to take the fight.
I mean, the team fight on LGD is just way better. Ravage, RP, I mean, these are 2 of the most dangerous AoE spells out there.
No, not going to go for the skewer there. They don't have a blink on Yao, and they don't have a blink on Xiao, and they also don't have the Shadow Blade yet. So LGD great team fight, but not the best initiation for now.
Well, sometimes you just do it the old school way, skewer into RP.
It used to work, but teams are ready for Mang now. If you skewer in like that, you just get lifted.
You get lifted, you get back, and you just
maybe
get blown
Fog
up.
lets you use RP first, then he steals it.
Yeah. Well, he's got his selection of spells to steal this game. He's got Ravage, he's got the RP. Fiend's Grip is an easy steal as well, and of course, if you get those Visage Birds, those are very good as well.
LGD, I mean, it's the story of this team, is it not? Lose the laning stage, and then when they do win the game anyway.
Yeah.
But they don't always win the game when they lose the laning stage. Davi proved that earlier. We'll have to see if they can.
Navi just... That wasn't even the laning stage. I don't even know what to call that, but... Sylar?
That wasn't a game.
Yeah, that was just random.
That was just a good old-fashioned beatdown.
Sylar does have his Shadow Blade now, so...
Oh, they're zapping him. They're putting a lot of pressure on him. There's a mech, though, for Dignitas. I mean, they're getting the items on Sylar, but the other items just aren't there yet. There's no mech for LGD.
A little bit of engagement in jungle right now. It looks like we have Ravage and... Snake King's gonna survive here. In fact, he's gonna
RP
go
was
for a
blown
kill.
as well.
Yeah.
They used everything, and Snake King gets one. He's going for two. No Ravage, no RP. LGD, this is an absolute train wreck. There's a Blake. That's a double kill. Snake King got ravaged. He got RP'd, and he withstands all the aggression. He withstands a Fiend's Grip, too. Finally, he'll fall. A job well done. A true American hero. And now top lane. Sylar, he says, guys, I thought we were going to fight top. What happened?
I mean, that was the most awkward double big AoE ultimate I've seen.
Did they stack the ults?
They stacked it. They did not change them well. And RP and Ravage came at the same time, so... Ugh.
Jing Jung Woo making plays.
Jung-Woo.
Early
Snake
Ogre,
King the king.
that early Ogre Club is great, too, because BKB is really strong this game against LGD, and gives you that extra HP.
Oh, here comes Sylar, though. He sees way two. The stun is going to land, and that's a ton of damage. These birds drop one, drop two, and there's a soul assumption. Even the last hit goes to Sylar. Nicely done.
That's why you need that Shadow Blade out, because he gives you so much insurance in terms of... otherwise, if Ravage and RP are down, they literally cannot get a kill. But with that, can set some up.
Well, they got one for himself, but Sylar right now dealing with that one death is last sitting away. I really don't think Sylar needs to do much. His allies, though, needs to step it up. Hunter, look for that blink, look for that level 8.
The worst part is Yao died and delayed his blink.
I mean, he's going to find it. I don't think they're in danger of losing Raxus or anything at this point. And of course, when the outer tower goes down for LGD, they say, check, did that, done it, time to win some games.
The thing is, Dignitas have double BKB very
Yeah,
soon. AUI 2000 is about to get one. In fact, he's got it, just needs to deliver it. And then Snake King, very close as well. And if you get double BKB, even maybe triple if you go back for one on Universe, then Ravage is useless. Most of these nukes are useless. And Alchemist has minimal physical damage now. So mid-game mass BKB will make Dignitas virtually impervious to any sort of damage that LGD can throw their way.
It's a true test of how well LGD could dodge right now, because I just don't think they could win a fight in the next 5-10 minutes. And that's saying a lot when you have RP and Ravage and you can't win a fight because of these BKBs. Also, Mech is and has been online for quite a bit now on Universe.
There's still none on LGD. Nothing in sight. No mech for them.
Yeah, they just need to avoid fight, keep farming, and to be honest, they do have vastly the better late game.
Why, hello, DD. Now caught out by Snake King. There is a sleep here. No brain sap being used. Finally gets it off. The RP's available. Ravage is going to connect. Look for the skewer. Yao skewering in. He RPs. He only catches Fog. That is the most important one. Sent back, but it's too late. But here comes AUI 2000. Has a BKB. Didn't pop it. Universe airballing the vacuum as well. And as a result, some miscues there from both teams, but especially from Dignitas. Losing 2 for 1. If they BKB'd on AUI, I think he gets a kill there. Snake King also dying. I mean, fight just didn't go the way they had planned.
It didn't go the way they were planned, but LG, with all of their ults down, that means it's just an invitation to Dignitas to do whatever they want. They could just, in fact, go into the Roshan pit if that's what they want, or they could get tier 2.
They could Rosh, but even without LGD having their ults, you just drop Acid Spray there and throw out the familiar stuns. It's kind of annoying to fight in that area, I feel, but we'll see if they look to go for it. They're actually sieging mid for now.
There is a Blink Skewer available on Yao, but I just really don't think he can make a play like that.
Even if you Blink Skewer while you're turning, Fog's probably just going to lift you, and then you're dead. He's spamming Shockwaves. Shockwaves stolen back by Fog. Having a farm Rubik is so big for them in this game, because Fog is already well on his way to a Blink Dagger. If he gets that, I mean, that's the combo breaker, isn't it?
I've seen some Fog land some sick RPs in the past with his Rubik, so...
Yeah. Don't be surprised if he out-mags Yao in this game.
Well, Shockwave is trying the best to defend against this particular tower. I think the tower eventually is going to go down. They're trying to just delay as long as possible for the RP. Blink Skewer backwards here against Snaking. Snaking, oh my god, just got blown up. There goes your push.
Well, there's the Yao Mag.
And there was no lift.
And this is why LGD China is considered the strongest defensive team in the world. They can be down 10k gold or 8k gold, I guess it was 10k, and still find a way to find those pickoffs. The Chen sendback was, I think it was used, but it was just too late. They had 4 staffs, but Snaking was facing the wrong way. Couldn't really save him. Great combo there, the sleep. And we saw that Wave 2 was able to juggle the sleep firm in previous engagements, but not there.
Yeah, and of course that delays the BKB even further, which is a very important item pickup in this particular game. So, by the way, Yao is going for the mech. He's got the headdress gold as well, so just 900 go away from, you know, nothing in sight. Suddenly we were seeing at least a good timing on the mech, at least for the way that he's played that offlane.
Now they have RP up. Now they're smoked. Now they're hunting again. Dignitas, I got to be careful. If they get picked off too many times here, remember, Sylar's farming. He's got Shadowblade and Midas. Even just existing, this Alk is gaining gold quite rapidly. Still even with AUI 2000. AUI 2000 focusing a lot more on CSing right now, up by about 15
Oh my goodness, they're baiting this rune. Fog Dota?
Oh, Fog? He has Shockwave. Just going to back off.
Okay, I don't think the Yao saw Fog. If
so
he
the
did,
smoke gank doesn't work, and meanwhile Dignitas are farming. They are getting a lot more off the map right now.
but are they farming faster than Sylar? That's the thing, though. Because Sylar is farming with a Hand of Midas and Max Grievous Read. Or level 3 Grievous Read. This is a very awkward Alchemist build. He's got 3 points of everything. Okay. Yesterday we saw 2 points of every spell on Kunkka. I don't think you were casting that one, but Persian and I had a pleasure to watch a Moose Kunkka that has X Torrent and level 2 Tide.
Yeah, I really like level 4 Tidebrainer. That spell scales outrageously well. Like, it's kind of silly not to max it.
Well,
maybe if you're going for a really good tri-lane. But we'll see. Did they win that game?
No, unfortunately. They dropped it to LGD int.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, I don't think the skill will have anything to do with it.
I'm just kidding.
More with Brax Magnus, and hopefully some of Brax's magic has rubbed off at LGD, his teammates Yao.
So because LGD is behind like this, they are somewhat forced to 5-man. They don't have much map control. I mean, they have wards, but no towers to TP to. So now, this is probably that point in the game where we start empowering Sylar, stacking new Ancients, and just see the 5-man everywhere you go.
Yeah, this is how LG lost to Na'Vi. Once they got behind in the England Cup, they just continued to fall behind because Na'Vi was smarter in terms of how they farm, and of course they have more room to farm. They don't have to be afraid of the ganks.
It's not just that they're smarter, and you know, I know Purge and Merlini were talking about how LGD, well, Merlini was about how LGD always 5-mans. They always 5-man when they're losing.
Right.
Like, if they win the laning stage, that's not what you'll see. You'll see Xiao 8 smoke ganking a lot, setting up kills, but when they're behind, then they have to play like this. Otherwise, they can't win.
Have you seen them on at lane stage yet?
They have, just not as much recently, and certainly not in the years we've been casting at TI3.
Yeah. I mean, again, I just... Every time I see LGD play, like, it's 5-manning, it's boring, but they win games. That's why they're the impressive team to watch, and despite the Dignitas start, I can't count Dignitas, you know, in a very advantaged position to win this game just yet.
So for the time being, if you're Dignitas, what's your next step?
You keep farming.
Out farm them?
Yeah, AI right now is stacking Ancients. You keep doing this. Make sure that everybody's farmed, not just AUI. Like, because you're running a 1 or 2 core lineup against these big AoE ultimates, it's very likely that once those ultimates are dropped, you just lose a core flat out. So you got to make sure that your Rubik is farmed, Universe should have a decent amount of items, and even the Chen should have a decent amount of items. He's got that 4 staff. And obviously, if you're fogged, you're looking to steal those big AoE ultimates and then win those team fights back.
Yeah, give Dignitas a Ravage or an RP, which Fogged has a Blink Dagger now, could definitely steal them. And Dignitas have the better team fight. It goes the other way.
Yep. Especially when they've used it, it's on cooldown, and now you have yours. Yeah, it's just a lopsided win.
I think Fogged has to play the role of Dendi this game from TI2. Steal the big spells, turn the fights. He didn't get the solo mid Rubik farm priority, but he still found the farm.
Yeah. The towers really help out. The 4 assists, great. And he hasn't died too much, so combination of all good things for his support.
So for now, LGD just turtling, playing defensively. Fogged, as well as the rest of Dignitas, heading towards the top lane. You see him maybe looking to play some observers and sentries. Dignitas farming the LGD jungle. LGD definitely getting less off the map. Gold slowly trickling in for them.
I think if LG realized that the top push is coming, they should just give up the tier 2 and go Roche. Yeah, because that tier 2, even if you defend it, it's not going to be a high successful defense. And if you just, for example, soul assumption the Roche and then gush it, you have enough minus armor, just right click it down.
There's a Demon Edge at AUI. Dignitas still have the double BKB threat, and they have their tier 1 up mid. So if LGD go Roche, And Dignitas immediately TP mid. They should definitely get their time to defend. Well, actually, there is Acid Spray and Medallion. Maybe not definitely. I guess it's a little bit closer than that. But they're not going top anyway. They're probably afraid of giving up that Roche. So they're going back towards mid. 5 heroes grouped up.
There is a BKB on Sylar now, so he is basically impervious to pretty much all the damage coming out from Dignitas.
That's true.
I mean, there is a Demon Edge on AUI, so that is some of them. But
remember, the Blink RP, the grip being stolen, a lot of stuff. There's a skill. Oh, look for the Blink Skewer. Universe caught,
ooh,
but
Fable.
quickly juggled by Snake King.
The bounces of the Fable just bounced towards Yao.
And also Universe stole that, or he took the sleep, so it wouldn't have been an easy target anyway.
Yeah, these guys have been really good at juggling that sleep, and when you have Chen creeps, it really helps out.
These 2 Wildkins doing a little boogaloo here. Dignitas still trying to push it in the middle lane. LGD not feeling the heat.
Yeah, one thing that Dignitas is really good at is if they don't see a successful push, they won't keep trying until it works.
They won't force it.
Yeah, they'll push the other lanes, which they haven't really done so this game. And not having heroes like Nature's Prophet really hurts them, and that's why our Universe really stands out there and play well.
Yeah, Dignitas is not... I mean, who's the best example of a team who does beat their head against that brick wall? I feel
LGD
like
International with a 30k goal push up the high ground?
Well, no, they're the ones who wait forever.
Well, they beat their head up for 15 minutes. It doesn't work.
Yeah,
and then they go back to
fair.
wait.
I think that's fair. Yeah, Dignitas is not like that. They are much more patient as a team. We haven't seen them forcing too many fights. In fact, sometimes they're too patient, perhaps.
Yeah.
And don't put enough pressure on their opponents. But this game, I think it's a good mixture for them. It's the longer it goes on, though, the more that you start to worry for Dignitas, at least in my book.
Ooh, Fogged? Is he seen? Fogg's got a blink.
He's got Blink.
Unless
You're not going to Blink Ravage for that. Now they try to work on Roche. Chen creeps scouting things out. Dignitas doing a nice job of just constantly keeping the wards up, keeping the vision near the pit, because they know that's one of the big ingredients for LGD's success. They're making pizza, and you could call this the tomato or the cheese. Getting that Roshan, it is a big part of how...
It's the crust, man. The crust is the most important.
The crust?
The crust.
This is the cheesy crust.
Oh, here we go.
Shao 8 hunting Universe. Universe could be in trouble. Oh no, maybe he's overextended here. There's a grip available. Drops the wall, retreats out. Actually, 4 illusions coming to work. Now a Fade Bolt. DD dropping fairly low. Do they go for an assassination attempt? We could see a fight soon.
I mean, walls drop. I think LG could make something happen, right?
Wall isn't, to me, wall's not that important.
Wait, they also use a Ravage. When did that happen?
How did we completely miss that?
It's like just used like 10 seconds ago.
Didn't even see an animation.
Did he just like misclick or something?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it did.
I'm not sure if the enemy team knows, but here comes a push.
Yeah, I didn't even see it, but they seem to know. So they must have seen it. We must just be completely blind as bats. LGD China, couple heroes grouped up mid. They still have RP, but Ravage is very important for them. Because it's a lot harder to protect RP without it.
Yeah, you can see Yao just waiting for a Blink Skewer. You gotta be careful what you skewer in, though. If you get a Gyrocopter in the middle of your ranks and he pops his BKB, that could be tough.
Still Dignitas, grouped up mid. They gotta know it's down, because they're really forcing this. LGD China, though, they're defending for now. AUI 2000 getting close to an MKB. LGD on the back foot, Ravage down for over a minute here. And the tower's about to fall. Glyph is forced out. Now Shao 8 runs into the rocket.
And they just denied this, right?
denied.
Yeah, the creep wave is going to go on there. And so a ton of time from Team Dignitas didn't do really anything.
And now they're backing off, which if they back off now means Ravage pulls down.
Yeah.
But AUI 2000 should have an MKB probably before the next fight. And then your BKB on Sylar doesn't really make you immortal. That's a big damage item.
On who? Who is going to get a big damage item on Sylar?
The Gyros can have an MKB.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you listen to me, Lumi?
Sorry. that never happens.
Yeah. It's only me who doesn't
Yeah,
listen,
yeah.
right? Except when you don't listen.
No, I was looking at Sylar when you were saying there's a big damage item, so I was like, oh, is he picking up Basher? No, he's going for AC, which is, you know, not
standard
bad.
Alk fare.
Yeah.
Pretty solid choice. It's just a well-rounded item overall. Helps the team as well, and when you're the only one farming, that's ideal, because he is the only one farming. I mean, look how far behind these other 4 heroes are.
I mean, the Go Graph, despite the fact that LG is making these defenses, they're down, further and further behind.
It's
and
like,
it's
like we've been saying for 50 minutes is Dignitas making better use of the map, just a little bit more efficient with their farming, and it's just a situation LGD is forced into. Sure, that Tier 2 mid got denied, but it's even less map control.
Well, a little bit of D-ward action here coming out from LGD. That's going to allow the Alchemist to actually find a path into the enemy jungle and throw some kills, although I don't think he's
They're running out of opportunities to force kills though, because if Alk dies, if Sylar dies, either he's got to buy back, huge loss for him, or Dignitas can just force the high ground because there's no tier 2 mid, and the Roche is going to be down. It's very risky at this point when you're this close to losing Rex.
I mean, Sylar shouldn't die though.
Fights.
When you have Shadow Blade BKB and there's nothing like a Scythe or really a true stun at that on the enemy team. Like,
that's true, but they're going to have a Scythe pretty soon.
Yeah, Darkseer getting up Scythe and Queen of Pain eventually pick up Scythe. That's the big deal. And I think Dignitas will wait for those items before pushing up the high ground. Because it doesn't matter if Alchemist has that BKB if he can't activate it.
So Shaowait's gambit of just wasting a Ravage pays off. They get the tower denied, it's back up.
For all we knew, he farmed a neutral
Dude, this is totally part of the script.
Yeah.
This is part of the plan for Xiao8.
I'm telling you, he's still writing that script. May not be the best writer, but it's a script.
It's just like too melodramatic, Xiao8. Come on. We all know you're going to stop this at some point.
I think he needs to pick up Arcane Boots too.
I think he needs a Blink Dagger.
I mean, does he want to fight right now? That's the thing, though.
Like, you can't waddle in. And, I mean, maybe he's going Arcanes. He's heading towards the shop, but you can't waddle in and look to Ravage against the Blink Rubik.
I mean, you just have Magnus to set you up, right?
Magnus can't RP Rubik. He's got to RP the more important heroes. I mean, he has to RP Rubik, but he doesn't want to just get the Rubik.
Well,
it's not a good situation.
I mean, yeah.
They'll start here with a Soul Assumption and now, or a Grave Chill rather, and now they're going to work on Roche. Medallion pop, LGD, starting to take Roche down pretty quickly.
Universe, he has a TP, but I don't think they realize that.
The slap chops back at it. Roche won't last long, not with this amount of minus armor. That was minus 14. In fact, it still is. He's getting bashed an awful lot, Sylar, as he should not be tanking this.
They know now.
Dignitas know. So they have that blink on Universe. He's surging already, but Darkseer is going to be very late to this fight. And I don't know if they can fight without him. Roche low, another acid spray. Even if they get the Roche, he's getting bashed. So many bashes.
The plays.
AK jumps in. Where's your Aegis steal? It goes to Sylar and the Roche kill as well.
King.
Snake King. Oh no. RP on 2. Pile drives into the pit. This is bad. This is very, very bad for Dignitas. They just lost 3.
Oh.
They gave up the Aegis. They just got LGD'd, man. That is what LGD does to you. Lose the lanes, just get crushed and outplayed for the first 20 minutes, and then have your one big team fight at Roche.
Okay, so if you're making the Aegis steal and Roshan's over here, you don't want to blink over here. Like, that's just off the mark. So he blinked here, popped the BKB, and I was like, oh, free grip. And then the Fog was forced to run in to help his ally. He got RP'd, and yeah, that is 3 kills. That is a Roshan and an Aegis. And that is now tier 1 tower.
And one thing to keep in mind is a big component of Dignitas' gold lead that they've worked really hard to earn is towers.
Yes.
And although LGD don't get a tower right now, with Aegis, the next step in their typical plan is to start forcing towers. Now they have an AC on Sylar. He's a very hard hero to kill.
And suddenly Yao up to 2,500 gold. And Magnus, whatever this hero is called, TIE Hunter, the dude with the ship, the broken ship, he's got 2,100 soon. So that's Blink. I don't know. He upgrades strats and said he's going to go for the tanky TIE Hunter. Okay, that's fine. He's going to go pipe, I think.
I mean, I think Xiao8, like, it's like where you said, you know, I was a little skeptical that Yao could hit that huge Blink skewer and just make Xiao8's life easy, but if Yao's on the point, then Xiao8 doesn't need a Blink.
Yeah.
I mean, in theory, Dignitas shouldn't get caught like that, but at the Roche pit, those mistakes happen.
I think Universe is about to die. Like, they just need +1.
Team script. One second.
There you go. There you go.
He hasn't vacuumed through. DD's seen him. No, he has.
No,
he
but here comes
Universe.
Queen of Pain.
No grip. No grip. Now chasing. He should not be chasing this. Go back off.
I mean, if LGD doesn't get that kill, like, that's fine. They're okay with that. They'll go back to farm.
Yeah, so LGD, I mean, they're not under any huge pressure, but they do want to take advantage of this Aegis. And they're a team that, as passive as they'll play when they don't have it, they'll be very methodically aggressive when they do have it.
Maybe
so now
they just, like,
grouped up.
We'll push this tier 1 top, and then we just wait out the Aegis. Like, free farm for 6 minutes?
Yeah. But one of the issues for Dignitas is there's no great trades, because there's basically no tier 2s. There's one top, that's it. So generally, if you're in this position, you can take some tier 2s. Sure, you can do chip damage on a tier 3, but LGD will take actual tower kills in exchange for that. Well, maybe not. They'll TP back the mag. Snake King, gotta be careful here. Just one so far. So they're taking a tier 1 and they're defending a tier 2. Fog trying to find a way in. They do steal something. Oh, Shockwave.
Just a Shockwave. Yeah. And there, again, back to what you said is the lead that Dignitas has mounted is because of the tower gold they have recruited. And suddenly these towers are starting to drop. That 10,000 gold lead is swinging the other way.
Do Dignitas benefit as much from gold as LGD? Because they have 2 cores, or 2 damage dealers on the Queen of Pain and the Gyro, but LGD have the much more useful supports, I feel, as the game goes on.
I think as we cast more and more these high-level games, what we have learned is never count out double scythe or triple scythe. And the fact that Queen of Pain as well as Darkseer doesn't have yet, despite the big lead.
He's run back in, he backs 2, now he gets grip. Here's Snake King on the backside, huge ult, no brain sap, brings 1 down. Now Sylar's here though, and he wants to have some fun. BKB goes to work on
Double
Universe,
force.
but the double force to freedom. Still standing strong, on the run, Snake King blinking north. Now your RP, they've lost DDC. They maybe lose Sylar here as well.
Fog
he throws out the stun. There's RP, where Fogged is. Oh, he can't get off the RP.
DDC make it home. My goodness, Blink RP. That's on AEI. He does. Sandbag is going to be enough. Nice force half. Great save from Way Too Sexy, but
it's Ravage and RP. It's only 2 heroes. They also use
he
the
missed
BKB.
skewer,
Air balls.
Okay, they got the kill. They got the kill.
Even Yao's missing these skewers.
Oh,
that was a King J right there.
Yesterday.
What's in the water?
I don't know.
Jesus.
That's Seattle water. It's not treating my Chinese boys well, but
you know it's fair. It's only fair because Chinese food and water was not treating IX Mike very well.
Yeah, that Chinese water.
Or Bulba, from what I heard.
See, that's a strat, right? That's Chinese strat.
Make the food so unpalatable.
Yep.
Okay. Your diabolical plan has been revealed. That's a really big fight, though, because now LGD have a blink on Xiao 8, and now this is right when they want to be forcing all these tier 2s, and the tier 1 bottom is, well, they still have a few minutes left on the Aegis. Now if they wait for all their big spell cooldowns, maybe they don't have to, but if they do, then that's going to be like basically the rest of the Aegis down the street.
I also love what DDC's building. A lot of Visage player, when they're ahead, they just like, oh, let's get an Axe up there. I just think that when you get a Vlad, it helps your Alchemist so much.
Oh, Fog caught out now, slept in the middle of the enemy team, now stunned, only a few hits required. Down Fog will go.
They use the mech as well. The push continues.
There's a pipe up.
I think you keep pushing.
Yeah, you've got a minute on this Aegis. Ravage is down, but RP should be back up. No, Yao's near the pit. Okay. I don't think if Yao's not here, they're probably not forcing
Then they're backing off.
Well, if they're not forcing it, they shouldn't stick around. LGD.
Sylar says, I want that wave.
You know, they want to keep this wave out, I guess, but here they go. Blink, vacuum, cooldowns there. Not too good, unfortunately, but a net on DD. There's still no Yao. Why are they sticking around without him? It's really hard to say. Now DDC on the run. Familiars resummon, and Seiking still giving chase. The pipe. Well, Yao's now joined.
Yep. I mean, that's not too bad. They used BKB multiple ones. One on AEI, one on
Now they're going back in.
Yeah, no BKBs.
Blink, touch as well.
Yeah. Ooh, nice force staff back here. Wait, these force staffs are doing so much work. Universe running away.
There's a Blink Ravage available, or rather, Blink RP, sorry, but not using it yet.
I mean, they don't have to. They're going to just charge down the tier 2 because there's no AoE ultimates anymore.
There's no Aegis.
Wall.
If somehow they do kill Sylar, though, it's going to be down.
They're not going to kill Sylar. You got to go through Xiao A first. You got to go through Yao first. Sylar is
He's got some huge bodyguards, man.
Yeah.
This is not very fair. The Rhino Mantor, the massive fish creature.
They're actually quite scared, though.
Yeah.
Call down and Sonic Wave has came back, and there's a Basher being taken.
Something stolen from Sylar. Now Troll Trap, double stun from the Centaurs, and on the run a little bit. Remember, there's still Blink Ravage. There's Blink RP. There's a Shadow Strike on the mag. Yao is BKB available, though, and that's a big deal. Because if he wants to go in and Blink RP, there's nothing that they can just use to stop him from doing it.
On the right side here.
Aside from right-clicking him.
Fog is playing very aggressive here. He does have the ultimate turned on from Alchemist, so he's actually sitting at 1600 HP. All right.
Yeah, I thought he stalled the out stun, but he actually stalled the ult. That's not a bad spell to steal. I mean, if he stays alive a little bit longer in these fights, maybe he does steal a Ravage or an RP.
Sylar stealing a stack. This is huge.
But Snake King, well, he's wrapping around.
What is Snake King going to do?
This is not a good area for Dignitas to fight. This is a very congested place. And LGD, they'll jump first. Blink, Gush, and AUR. Remember, he's got BKB. Familiar stun, number 1's going to hit.
Ooh,
number 2 off the mark.
Oh,
now
the grip!
Now a creep grip. What? Jesus. Now a net on Xiao 8. Blinky forward to Snake King. There's a BKB as well. Wall deployed. There's still Blink RP. In 1 second, it can go. Sylar's BKB is down, though. There's no Aegis on him. And now I think he needs to run.
Pack.
Yao wrapping around to the side. Fake RP. Almost wasted it there. Canceled it the last possible second. Now the illusion's killed off. The wall is down. The RP and Ravage are up.
LGD needs to back right now. All of their BKBs are down.
Yeah, but they do have Ravage RP. There's no back wall. There's no call down. Maybe they can fight.
There's also no BKB available on the Radiant side. I think AUI has this available. Let me quickly check. He does. He does have it available. So there's 1 BKB up.
Very tense game. It's 1 game to decide it all. Who's upper bracket? Who's lower bracket? This is a real test of metal.
Well, Sylar slowly sieging on this tower. Nice back on low ground here. Xiao 8 still okay. No, they lift him up.
Oh,
RP's
no.
gonna hit. The Ravage does not hit AUI, but the right click's gotta go on him. Everybody's melting AUI, trying to fight them back. Everybody's retreating on the LG side. They see snaking. 3 chop. AUI in trouble as well. The BKB wears off. That's 2 more kill. Blink forward. Gush. No more mana for the Gush. Way too sexy. Look at these deeps.
And that's a bash. Triple kill for Sylar. Dignitas, they started off 12k gold ahead, 6k experience. They had one bad Roach fight, one bad fight all game, and then it's been LGD's game ever since.
Keep going, LG.
And that's why it just sucks playing against LGD. That is heartbreaking for Dignitas. Took LGD down 2-0 in the group stages, team wiped outside of their own base, 38 minutes in, on the ropes, probably going to the losers bracket after 2-0ing them in the group stage match, but the tiebreaker is where it all counted. Chips on the table, LGD, taking one lane of Rex. They've now turned the gold by 12,000, the experience by 16,000.
Look at that Alchemist goal. He has 7,000. I'm not sure what he spent it on.
Abyssal Blade's coming, and then he still got 3.3k.
Man.
Sylar is going pretty ham right now.
Sylar's going ham. How about that RP? I don't know how this guy's finding these RPs.
This is Yao's Mag, and it's a scary beast. The other thing is having Ravage is actually making it harder to steal RP.
Yes. Well, I mean, Fog's always getting caught in these RPs too.
Yeah, he's been getting caught in a few. I mean, I think there's at least one fight where he just got ravaged, and just the threat of it as well, it changes where you can position yourself a lot.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you count Dignitas out yet. They have one more fight. There is a Scythe of Vice picked up on the Darkseer. If you get Sylar dead somehow, like there is actually enough damage on AUI to make that work. He's got 3k gold right now. I don't think he finishes Satanic. He needs to pick up a damage item after this.
Yeah, AUI 2000 has got to get really fat, because Alchemist wins the man fights with that hero. The way AUI 2000 wins this is just by killing all the supports quickly. The Flak maybe just zoning out or blowing up heroes like your Tidehunter, your Mag. And if your LGD supports now, I think all you really want to do is get Ghost Scepters and Force Stats, because with those, Gyro poses virtually no threat. Mid lane, Snake King trying to make a play. He'll blink out. They need the Scythe, though, and Snake King's got a while to go for his.
Snake King's been dying. Like, aside from his mid-game play, he has really been dying every single fight.
He's 2, 6, and 5.
Yeah.
His laning stage was strong. Remember, he got a double kill on Mag as well as Tide, and that was it.
Yep. Well, now Aegis goes back up, and this time it goes to Magnus. That's how sure they are Sylar is not going to die. I mean, is Sylar really going to die? Even if he does, he has BKB buyback, or buyback Breach of Travel TP, so it doesn't really matter if he dies.
And he's not showing the Boots of Travel yet, so Dignitas, maybe it's something that doesn't occur to them.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably should, because Sylar's 40 minutes in. Remember, he didn't start off with Sensational Farm either. His CS isn't that great. It's just when you hit these big team fight combos.
He did get a 5-minute Midas.
That's true.
And then he just kind of... But then what he did with the 5-minute Midas wasn't into a battlefield, right? I said he needed a Shadow Blade. He needed to get his team back on the... Kind of, give him an item to actually get some team fight going. Get him an item that could actually kill stuff. And he did. And he's doing well.
Dignitas, are they going to join Liquid in the lower bracket? That could be heartbreaking. Purge did mention, I mean, maybe it's possible these two teams even end up having to play each other. That would really suck.
Well, whatever the case is, they're going to be finishing their group if they drop to the lower bracket as the top seed. So they should not be able to play each other. They could select whoever they want to play.
Yeah, it's in those later rounds, not in round 1.
Okay.
But we'll see if it comes to that. Still, like you said, I think there's one fight left in them, and this could be the vehicle is a Divine Rapier on AUI 2000. It's just there's just so much crossfire from LGD. It's hard to see how AUI 2000 actually doesn't get caught in something here.
But I like the fact that he's going for it. A lot of players just get scared and just don't eventually go for it.
A lot of, like Tong Fu, I think we've seen that from them a few times.
I mean, you don't play to not lose. You play to win because...
You gotta take a huge gamble here because that's the only way you're coming back.
Yeah, if you're behind, you have to play more aggressive. If you're ahead, like LGD, then you play to not lose because... You know, why lose your lead?
If you're LGD, you play to not lose because that's how they win.
That's true.
It doesn't always work, though.
But AUI, will he get enough time to farm that last 1,000 gold? Like, he's 1,000 away from that Demon Edge, and you still have to send a courier.
And you can't sell any of these things. You need the lifesteal, or you're just going to...
That's why this split push right now from Dignitas mid is very important. They're biding time.
They're buying time, and LGD, they've seen the Sacred Relic. They have to know the Rapier's coming. And the question then becomes, are they worried about it?
I mean, you gotta be worried about it, right? Because you could be winning so hard in that one team fight, you're just done.
Has LGD China ever experienced
A sacred
rapier
relic?
gyro? There's been almost no rapier gyro
Not in
games in
China,
Asia.
right? Yeah.
I mean, they've probably watched the replays, but it's one thing to see it and another thing to experience it firsthand. Because this gold graph that's looking like this now could go right back the other way with one big team fight. And he's got the rapier now.
Okay.
20 gold to go. He should have it.
So I think the best move for Dignitas is find a smoke gank and just scythe whoever and kill. Kill one and go for the pickoff. And go for the win.
Yeah, and if you're LGD, you just need that one good fight. If you're Dignitas, this is the first of a few. They're not going to win the game on one fight. They'll get back in the game on maybe one or two.
I mean, oh man, that's
And
double
this-
RP. Jesus.
Double RP, double BKB, double blink, double skewer. I mean, I guess he can't use every single one of those twice, but he's got plenty of stuff. This is such an insurance policy. How do you screw up 2 RPs? And he's got Aegis, so
If
he's
you
got 2
screw up the
lives.
first one, and then.
But he's got Aegis, so he just lets himself die, then he comes back,
Okay.
and then he goes again.
Jesus. Well.
Yeah, Mana's a bit of an issue for Yao, but, I mean, he's got the Arcane Boots, so he should be able to get it off.
Also keep in mind that flag has a 30-second cooldown, so once you realize that that thing is gone, you just go. I
Here
think.
comes the Rapier. There's a triple Centaur. Maybe they can get off some good stomps. They're going to have to go soon. Dignitas running out of time to hang on. Maybe a 4-step into a vacuum. But with Alk in the front lines like this, and he's got buyback in 9k gold, it's hard.
Yeah.
Because you can't really ignore this guy. Even if you go on the backline and kill them, you'll lose your second racks doing so.
They're afraid. They're backing off for a bit.
LGD's, the way that they're sieging is just really hard to go on. Alk in the front, and then a nice spread formation behind him.
Ooh, these centaurs are trying to cut off DD. DD is going to be okay. Backing off. Keep in mind they have that scythe. Like, there's just too many things they need to lock down.
Yeah.
And
There's 3 heroes in LGD.
Drums
Maybe,
activated.
Here we go. This is it. This Rax is going to fall soon. Dignitas, are they going to fight? They lift up Sylar. They'll scythe him as well. They'll throw him into a missile, into a cooldown.
RP.
But Blake, RP is there in AUI 2000. RP number 2.
Fox got
coming.
RP. Fox got RP.
That Rapier's down. Uh-oh, he's stolen the RP. Doesn't even matter,
No,
though.
he's got the shock.
The Ravage as well. He didn't get the RP. Now Skewer and the RP that was stolen at long last. It ends the game for Dignitas. I guess he did steal it at the end there. Did not matter. That's it. Dignitas once led this game. That they could taste it. They could smell it. They controlled their own destiny coming into today. And they just couldn't get the job done.
What happened in that Roche fight?
Liquid and Dignitas, both of them, controlling their own destiny. That Roche fight, that was what cost them. I just think they weren't in position to contest. Universe was too far away.
Dignitas was making a play, but he blinked on the wrong slot.
Snake King, you mean?
Or yeah.
Yeah, he didn't blink on the right slot, but he's blinking by himself anyway against Bane.
I mean, if you steal the Aegis, steal the Aegis.
He blinked too early though. Then they didn't have vision because the Centaur died, so they didn't know it was happening. Ugh, that hurts.
Xiao has written the script for me as well, because throughout the first half of the tournament, I was saying Chinese to span, but they're back. And now I'm eating my cake.
You're always saying Chinese to span, Lumi. Does anyone even listen to you when you say it anymore?
I say Rattlesnake top 3. Nobody.
Nobody's listening to that. So Dignitas falling short here. They'll drop to the 5th seed in Group A, along with Team Liquid, both North American teams, just 1 game short. Merlini Purge, it's not a good day for Americans.
So sad. Seriously. I thought at least one of them would make it through. Dignitas was looking really good. Liquid almost made it too, but man, they had such a good advantage early too, and then the rush fight happened, and then I mean I was really impressed with AUI's gyrocopter as well. He was able to match Alchemist farm, and Alchemist had a Midas and Goblin's Greed, so that was really impressive from him. I was like, okay, this is looking pretty good. They just need to get in the mid game. Zhao 8 whiffed a Ravage. I think he must have misclicked or something in the jungle that one time, and then they got the tower denied, and they never got an advantage after that.
Yeah, I mean, I think they tried to force the issue too much at the T2 tower, the dire T2 tower in the middle. They were there for a long time trying to take it, and like they lost one fight there where Snake King was a little bit out of position. I think they wasted a little bit too much time because The 5-man on the side of LGD is just too strong. Not only hero-wise, but that is like their bread and butter. Losing the early game, Xiaowe's not the greatest offlaner. He died a couple of times, but whatever, is Xiaowei. He'll make the right mid-game decisions, and they had some very good Ravages, some very nice RPs, and they really couldn't do anything about it. It was just like, okay, they would lose one to that, and then the BKB rush down Abyssal, or just locked down by the Alchemist would be another, and then just Ravage on everyone else, and they just cleaned up. They didn't have anything to deal with. They had BKBs, but they still have Abyssal, they still have Grip, they still have RP, number 1 and number 2.
Yeah, the positioning at the last fight was perfect. I mean, there was AOI had to go and he said, okay, well, they already took the tower. We used the glyph. If I don't fight him now, he's going to catch us. And unfortunately, we didn't see Fogged able to react fast enough. I think you guys said they did steal RP, but the only way that they would have won that is if he stole the RP, immediately counter-initiated, and then AOI was able to either get outside the next RP range or possibly just stay alive for that period of time.
Yeah.
Because they needed the Rapier to do the damage, and he just got stunned the whole duration and died.
Yeah, and you can't force staff them out once they're BKB'd. And we did see a lot of nice force staffs out, but it just wasn't enough. They didn't have enough of an early game advantage to try and contest the 5-on-5 fight. And LGD, they're just so used to losing the other early game. Their 5-man is just fantastic. You either need a really big lead like Na'Vi did, or you need a better team fight lineup. But that is almost impossible because LGD drafts very safe and almost always accounts for the 15 to 30 minute phase. I would say they're like the best team in that duration of the game.
Yeah, they really impressed me in that phase for sure. So they're going to take it. They're going to move on to the winners bracket. Dignitas goes to losers bracket, much like Liquid earlier today.
Yep. So our Americans are 5th, I believe.
Yeah, I mean,
Both of them.
Both of them.
better than 8th.
So, I mean, we can even probably figure out what some of these matches are going to be if we
Yeah.
want to show the updated group standings.
So group stages are finally completed. Alliance and Na'Vi on top, MUFC on far bottom.
I'll take USA Alliance Navi, I guess. That's okay. A second.
So,
Ooh, so Tong Fu's a second.
So
seed.
who is Na'Vi going to pick? And
So
who is
if-
Alliance going to pick?
Okay,
That's-
no. Real fast. On the right side, according to Dota2.com, Tong Fu's are 2nd seed, IGs are 3rd seed, and Oranges are 4th. And
Okay.
seed does matter because Tong Fu, for example, get to select their opponent on the right side.
Okay.
Or actually, they
No.
don't.
No,
they
no,
they
no,
just
no.
don't
They
get
just
the.
can't- they can't get picked.
They don't get
They
selected.
can't get picked.
Tong
Tong Fu is second.
second, and then IG's 3rd, Orange is 4th.
Okay, so Na'Vi can either choose Orange or IG. Who do you choose out of those two?
Orange or IG?
No.
No, that's not right. It's Tong Fu, then IG.
Yeah, Orange and IG. That's right.
But
Yeah, Orange. IG's 3rd.
Okay, so who
just
did they
pretend
pick?
IG and Orange.
They
are
wanted to
swapped it.
pick. I think they would have picked Liquid had Liquid made it, but
Yeah.
who do they pick out of these?
Na'Vi,
Two?
they pick Orange over IG, right?
Have we seen Orange play? I don't think. you
we
guys
have
picked
not
us.
seen
We
Orange
got
play.
0 orange games.
Unless Na'Vi just want to put on a show for us and be like rematch, Na'Vi versus IG. And to be honest,
Yeah,
I
I
think
say-
they
I
are
say
confident
Orange.
enough to do something like that, right?
Yeah, I agree.
I have no idea how Orange is. Maybe if they watch the replays, they can get a better handle of it. But I have no clue how Orange is playing. I would probably pick Orange just because I think IG's a stronger individual skill, and they impress us some games. The Shadow Fiend game from Ferrari, but that was mainly an outdraft. But what about Alliance? So Alliance can either pick Fnatic or LGD China.
I would say
Wait, is it
Yeah.
LGD China? I was like 9 and 6. I was like they're only.
I'd say take Fnatic personally. We just talked about how good LG is at mid-game team fights.
Wait, sorry. So is LGD actually 4th?
They're actually 4th.
They're actually 4th. Okay.
I don't know why you put 9 and 6.
Yeah,
Okay.
just don't use the checkbox. Just change the order of them manually. Retype them. But it's not a big deal. So, I mean, I think Navi's should beat anyone that they play.
Yeah.
Alliance should beat anyone that they play.
I don't know.
I think if you're Alliance, you take Fnatic personally. I think
I think
you take Fnatic.
I just don't know what
Yeah.
these two top teams are thinking. Are they saying, you know what, we're going to show the world that we are the best. We're going to take the
there's
harder
no
team.
reason to take that
Listen,
risk. bro.
you do what you have to do to win the event.
You don't go in for
Yeah, if you
like,
beat-
you don't go in for show.
Look,
you go in
if-
for the money.
If you win the event, you're going to have to go through LGD eventually. You have to go through
Not
DA.
necessarily.
Yes, but even if you fall short, you get a lot more money if you win round one. And you
That's
get
that's
farther.
not thinking about winning the event.
No, it is.
All right,
You
Lemmy,
have to.
You
one
gotta
step at a
stay out of
time.
the losers bracket at least because that's a best of one.
Getting the loser
That could be
bracket
a
is your
fluke.
best way to lose the
If
event.
you win the event, you have to beat LGD. You have to beat IG. You have to beat the best Chinese.
Yeah,
teams
So
but-
play
anyway.
them later when
Don't
you're
you-
already guaranteed
you-
a certain level of money.
You want to
Right.
play the best teams in the winner bracket. You don't want to like.
You want to be playing for like third or fourth.
You
not
don't want to
for,
like have a chance of losing in the losers bracket.
There's no reason to take that risk. The prize pool is like a severe drop off. Maybe if it was like a more
No balls of
one,
steel.
but when there's $1 million on the line, you don't take unnecessary
not
risk.
$1 million, like $1.5 million for the winners or something ridiculous.
It's. Are you gonna gamble like $300,000 just so you can go in with some
Just
swag?
so you can
some YOLO swag cred.
wave your manhood around a little bit. I'm not.
Lumi's all about the YOLO swag cred.
Yeah,
though.
man. Go big or go home.
What about Dignitas? Which team do you think they're gonna want to play against? Virtus Pro or Rattlesnake?
I haven't seen VP
I don't
play.
know. We haven't seen them play enough for me.
We saw Rattlesnake.
I mean, for Liquid, it's clear. Liquid wants to play MUFC. That puts LGD in against Mouse. And then Dignitas.
Oh, come on. That's easy, right?
Rattlesnake?
Just Rattlesnake.
I would say Rattlesnake, yeah.
And then they get...
VP's had apparently a very poor run, though, Lumi. They're both 3-11.
Yeah, but you don't want to go like one game against Art Style
Yeah,
or Ars Art, and
it
he
is
picks
a
an axe.
BO1. You have to
Where-
take
He
that
picks
risk.
an axe against you. You're like, what the fuck? And we just lose.
Where's your balls
That's
of steel?
NS.
What?
Where's your balls of steel?
Oh, that's Alliance. That's Alliance. That's when you're beating
you
everybody.
stand for nothing, Lou.
What?
What the?
Oh god.
They've won 58 games, guys.
Look, when you're like when you're clearly the best team, you could do whatever you want. But Dignitas is not the best.
This is not right. Tong Fu's number 2, not IG.
Yeah, Tom Fu's number 2.
What is going on here?
No, just
Why
change
wa-
the order of them. Don't use the checkbox thing.
All right.
There you go. There we go. That's right. Okay, it only took us fucking 10 minutes. Really smooth production here. I hope they do this at TI3. Well, they don't have groups. See, it's easy for them. They just fill in a name on a bracket. We have the hard part.
I hope they do it better than Kawa here. No offense to Kawa. No offense to Kawa.
I mean, Dignitas is still 8 and 7. Apparently, is that? I mean, how?
They want
Oh, that's true.
the BO1.
No, they lost the BO1. Like
Oh.
everything's.
both teams should be 8 and 6. I don't know why the last match counted, but whatever.
Yeah, they should both be 8 and 6 then.
That's just a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Somehow Dignitas won. Like, I don't know.
Like, if I'm Dignitas, I don't want to play Virtus Pro because you don't know what Arzart's going to bring. Sometimes he does his axe. It could be the easiest win of their life, or you just get knocked out. You go with Rattlesnake because they're more predictable.
Okay, fine. Let's say Dignitas goes with Rattlesnake. That puts Zenith versus VP. So our lower bracket would be Liquid versus MUFC, LGDN versus Mouse, Dignitas versus Rattlesnake, and Zenith versus VP.
It's all hypothetical, of course,
Zenith
except
versus
for
VP.
Liquid picking MUFC. You have to pick.
We could
MUFC.
write that one in stone.
You have to
Yeah.
pick the
You
team
have
that
to
didn't
pick
win a
MUFC.
game. If you don't, it's just silly.
Balls of steel.
How far do you have to
Come
go in the
on.
losers bracket to place top 8, though? Do you have to beat 2 teams?
3, I think.
3 teams.
That
You have to
is-
eliminate.
that is
Because if
tough.
you win round 1, then only... Well, 4 teams are gone, actually. If you win round 2, I think another 2 are gone. Right? I think that's
Oh,
right.
yeah, I guess you're right.
And
Okay.
then- yeah, I think you have to win 2.
Apparently,
Actually, I
Dota2.com.
think you have to win 2,
Because
maybe 3.
because winners bracket will get seeded into
Okay,
losers,
now
so it'll be
apparently
like,
Dota2.com must show that IG is second, Orange is third, and Tongfu is
So they
fourth.
just changed it again.
They just changed it. That wasn't me.
all right.
Kawa is
I
done.
was right. I was fucking right.
Dota
Okay.
2 disband.
Dota2. That one with me. I'm just reading.
Dota2.com, please disband.
Volvo.
Please.
It's IG2 Tongfu.
Kawa.
I'm switching this shit. All right, that's correct.
You guys have no idea how mad Kawa is.
I would still pick Orange over Tongfu
He's
though if
so
I were
mad.
Navi.
No, they're both easy.
Both easy.
For Navi, that is.
It's 2 rounds, by the way. losers
Actually,
bracket,
if
so
Navi
just 2.
picks Orange, then DK have to play Tongfu, right? And Tongfu are fucking
DK
Chinese
Slayers?
Slayers and DK Slayers. Like, I'm afraid for DK right now.
No, DK's got that.
DSL final.
Okay, so Alliance picks Fnatic. That puts IG versus LGD. It's gonna be a Chinese bloodbath if that happens.
Yeah, I think that's what they're gonna do. They're like, yeah, you Chinese team knock each other out.
I could see Navi picking Tongfu, but I mean either way. I think Navi could go either way. I think Alliance Fnatic is the clear choice.
I mean, there's definitely a conspiracy theory going on. Alliance and Navi are talking. They're like, okay,
All right, you kill these guys, we'll kill those
yeah,
guys.
and then the Chinese gonna kill each other. Dunzo.
You know what? I'm thinking about this now. Like, if you think about the first, if you're 4th in your group, the best person on the other group is going to knock you out, more likely than not, which basically puts you in the losers bracket, 2nd round. Like, Liquid's really not at that much worse of a spot, nor is Dignitas, because they should have a pretty free win against the worst teams overall, right? So like they're gonna end up in the same spot anyways. Like the difference between 4th place in your group and 5th place in your group is not that different.
Except you get to play best of 3s instead of a best
Yeah.
of 1.
So
Well,
there's the fluke chance.
Kind of, but except I think Alliance is going to pick Fnatic. So LGD,
Yeah.
they were 5th, and then
Yeah,
now they're
that's true.
4th, but they're not going to get picked. So they're actually like 3rd. So that was a really important win for them.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
But for Orange, they're kind of boned.
We could see 2 China versus China matchups in round 1.
Can I cast those? Valve? Vovo, please.
Who gonna cheer?
I'm pretty sure Toby and AC will be happy to let.
Yeah, see? Everybody's
have
happy.
them.
Everybody's happy. Vovo, please.
Lumi, who are you gonna cheer for though? If it's two Chinese,
You're not allowed to cast those. No, you're not allowed to.
I'm gonna get benched.
You flamed and bashed and doubted the Chinese teams for like
It's tough
a week
love.
straight.
It's tough love. Look at where they're at. It's
You
all
change alliances
all
in
me.
game after a kill.
No, I didn't.
No.
I only ditched them when Midas Tree tapped out. You never tapped out with Midas Tree. All right, I think I need to take my flight. Are we
Okay,
done? Are we
Lumi
done?
is on his way to Seattle. We all are on our way to Seattle. The International 3 looms. Any closing thoughts, guys, before we wrap it up?
I got nothing to say. Go follow me on Twitter. That's it.
Twitter.com/purge.
You need to grow your mustache
Purge
out, dude.
gamers. I don't
You
think
can't
I'm gonna.
call IX Mike being second best mustache and then not have one
I
yourself.
don't think I'm gonna make it in 2 days.
You
He's
know what?
gonna hear about it and he's gonna challenge you.
Wow,
and
you
you're
should have
gonna
been
lose.
preparing for this for months.
Dude,
Yeah.
there's picture evidence, all right? It's
Pi-
already.
Picture doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know why Purge said that? Because he's going to shave IX Mike when he's sleeping, and then IX Mike won't have a stash. Then
I'll be 2 days ahead of him.
then you'll be the best.
Then
means
Liquid
I'll
will
be
definitely lose
number one.
MUFC without that.
Yeah, they need the stash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we imagine MUC beats Team Liquid?
Oh, that would
Oh God,
be quite
like
the-
America disband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we could do
Alright,
this
Let's
all
not
day.
let's not imagine. All right.
Merlini, your Twitter.com/Merlini Dota.
Yep. I'll be in Seattle along with all these.
You guys, if you want to come say hi, we're all very friendly, except for Lumi. He's kind of an asshole.
I'm an
but
ass.
We'll shake your hand if you do want an autograph. We're happy to sign them. But just looking forward to being there. Looking forward to meeting you all. So
Blitz will be there too.
Blitz will be there.
Even
I'll
though
fight you.
He
was-
worked
I'll
really
fight all
hard
of
on
you.
our international coverage as well.
Especially the group stage.
Yeah, he stayed up for it. He prepared for it.
Is anybody gonna say that I worked the hardest? No.
You were eating cake every game.
So? But I casted like every game. I
Well,
mean,
you
I
were
missed
eating
like 2 games.
You were eating your cake and having it too because the Chinese teams were winning. So
There you go.
Damn.
okay, we hope to see you guys all in Seattle. Come say hi. It'll be fun. The group stages are over. Nobody is out, but the Chinese are on the rise, and so too are the top Western teams. From all of us here at Beyond the Summit, thanks for joining us for the broadcast. We'll see you in Seattle.